I want to share this with, I have 3 sisters. I want to share this with all my sisters. Like, I want to share this with every kind of woman in my life that I feel like needs to hear this. So let's give her another round of applause, please. For one time.
What's up, y'all? I'm Lene, for those of you that don't know me. First of all, like, thank you for inviting me here, you know, creating this space. There's just so many dope people in here. And even that, like, y'all are so talented. I'm excited to see, you know, how this night goes. Me personally, my message has always been to really, like, share words of affirmation and really just encourage growth in many different forms. So yeah, I'm just happy to be here. I'm gonna just get right into it. So this first one that I wrote this after realizing that it'll always be in my best interest to choose me. One thing about me, I enjoy knowing that the people most important around me, I enjoy knowing that they're proud of me. But I also realize that I can get lost in that and neglect the things that actually fulfill me, bring me peace of mind, and bring me joy. So one thing I really had to accept was that everyone is not going to understand my vision, and they aren't supposed to. And what really changed the game for me is when I decided to choose me instead of anyone else's expectation of me. So, my days have been being consumed of things that I'm not even sure that I enjoy. Making those around me proud has always been important to me, but at what cost? I have been conditioned to go the safe route. The route where I'll always have money but will work until I'm 60. The route without the risk. Generational constructs of being too afraid to miss. Trade my time for money at that job that will be quick to dismiss me. And once I have a family, creating a home where my kids are asking, where is she? And how do I explain that your mother is busy helping improve a company that has disguised mental poverty as an opportunity? It's unsettling realizing that there's so much more to me while remaining in a space where it feels like I've frozen my progression and purpose and chose safety. And then there's this other part of me that believes in the latter process, that I am where I am now to shape me into who God has called me to be. Or is that just a fear mindset, keeping me stagnant? Or is that fate, guarding me from haste to remain patient? I don't know, in my head they be battling. I know I'm destined for things I'm sure I can't even imagine. And I've been making sure to seek the right instruction by remaining spiritually aligned. Worldly instruction has only ever left me in a world full of chaos. It's also harder to seek instruction when only being surrounded by those who just don't quite understand. And I've never really thought about life outside of that safety box. I just feel this immense pressure of breaking those ever so heavy generational chains that have been long overdue to be unlocked. Like retiring my mom from safety box to vacation spots where the weather's hot and her pockets stocked. She deserves to chill now. This journey is not just for me, God, I am all in. So even on the days when I find it challenging to keep faith walking, give me just enough strength to keep faith crawling, keep me covered when that rain is falling, and remind me to remain gracious when I finally fulfill the shoes that I've been called in. So that's how I choose me. Hey. Looking for everyone else's expectation of you. I say in another poem, my biggest fear is growing old, wishing I would have done it another way. And like that's so real, because who wants to be like in the older stages of life and like I lived everyone else's expectations of me and I didn't even fulfill my purpose here. And you old at that point. So yeah, just do it. Follow your vision, just go for it. This next one is all about comparison. And how the act of comparison itself can really steal your entire identity if you let it. And y'all know we live in this day and age of social media now where it just feels like this huge competition, this huge subconscious competition, honestly. And if you don't know who you are, it's easy to, we find ourselves trying this thing because that worked for them, trying this other thing because that worked for them, and kind of just going whichever way the wind blows because you think that'll get you to where you're supposed to be. Which is why I really emphasize being intentional about how you spend your days, intentional about the things that you consume. The thing about comparison is it's very deceitful, and it has the ability to alter your character if you let it, to the point where you're chasing everyone else's identity but your own. And I don't know about y'all, but that's really scary to me, to be in that space and not even realize that you're there. So yeah. The spirit of comparison will lead you to self-destruction, believing you were only put on this earth to observe the fruits of others while dying of thirst. Don't you know that you have been strategically planted? The problem is we develop these grand ideas, but we're looking to our left and to our right. And we prefer to use peripheral vision over tunnel vision. We deter from our own ambition to check where we stand in the race, which only causes our own omission. When you look in the mirror, do you even see you? Or do you fantasize and see all the fakes, greats that you spent all day scrolling through? Like your morning routine is watching your favorite influencer go through their morning routine, and then you wonder why you feel so empty. You aren't even feeding you. The spirit of comparison will have you entertaining ideas that were never even yours. Like, have you ever thought that your calling is being covered by all that you consume from others? And have you ever thought about shutting everything out and just sitting with you and God alone?
Wow.
Because what if I told you that that is the formula? But so many of us are more concerned with being out of the loop at the expense of discovering the truth of our unique purpose. I encourage everyone to tap into that divine focus, because if you are not careful, the spirit of comparison will lead you and deceive you to your own downfall without even the slightest bit of notice. So yeah, that's all about comparison. With that one, really, you just really gotta take care of the interview, like what's going on within you, so that it's easier to, recognize when you feel these things that really don't belong. Because if you're not in touch with your spirit, things like comparison will fester to the point where, like I said, you don't even know who you are, and nobody knows that. Yeah. I'm gonna do one more. This is off my EP right now. It's called Unveiled. Lene B. It's on all streaming platforms. Y'all should go listen to that. And it's called Lately. Lately, I've been prioritizing my peace. They say sleep is for the weak, but I found exhaustion just leaves me in pieces, reaching for things that would have been easily attainable had I took time to recharge my being. And lately, I've been praying for discernment. Do you know how it feels leaving room in a house that you can no longer renew your lease in? Knowing when it's time to move on is essential to reaching your next season. Holding on to old people and memories will have you on your knees and asking God, what is it that I can do to bring to life what I believe in? And lately, I've come to realize that I get in my own way. God removes someone or something from my life and I ask it to say, He plants an idea and I still disobey and do things my way. Lately, I've been praying for God to increase my faith in Him, to release all anxiety attached to my goals, to release all things out of my control, to release all fears so under pressure I'll never fold, to increase my strength like Blackstreet before I let you go, and to cover me. Especially when this thing called life gets too cold. That's lately. I have an EP out right now. It's called Unveiled. It's on all streaming platforms.
What's your Instagram?
Instagram.
Lene, Lynae with 3 underscores. Thank y'all.
Well, let's make some noise for Lene. That was crazy. Hallelujah. I felt like we was in